Welcome everyone. My name is Nicole, and today, as we're entering in the holidays, we have a stress reduction practice 50-50. And the 50-50 is just we're gonna intensely go at it for half the time, and then we're gonna move down to the floor and do some nice, deep, juicy stretching. And so hopefully by the end, we'll have burned all that negative energy and feel calm from all the nice and stretching, relaxing breathing, and, ready to carry on with our stressful lives. So we're gonna begin standing. You may need a strap for shoulder openers later, as well as I'll demo with some blocks. So if you feel like you might need them, you don't have to have them though. So, all right, let's start standing at the top of our mat. All right, let's just take a moment here. Grounding down through the feet, maybe lift the toes, spread them as much as you can, then drop them down. Try to spread your weight evenly through your feet. Lift up through the spine. Feel nice and tall, and take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose and through the nose and out through the nose. If you like to set an intention for the class, bring your hands together in prayer, press the palms together. Take another inhale. And then maybe just pick a word or anything stress relieving or anything that calls to you, really. And then go ahead and drop your hands and inhale the arms up and overhead. And then grab one wrist, pull and tip off to one side. Nice side stretch. Breathing in and out. You can always look down. And then inhale, come up and grab the other wrist and tip the other way. And then inhale up, drop the hands. We're just gonna do a little shoulder roll open. One way with the circles. And then reverse. Just opening up our shoulders. Switch arms. And the other way. And then inhale up overhead, bend the knees, hands in prayer through the heart center, bend all the way over. And then inhale, halfway lift, look up, shins, floor, on a block. And then exhale, fold. And inhale all the way up. Just a couple rounds like that. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway look up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Last round. Exhale. Inhale, halfway look up. And exhale, fold. Inhale back all the way up to the top. And then here, I'm gonna exhale, fold once more. Inhale, halfway look up. And now come into plank. And plank. Take a breath in, pull up through the navel. And then exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, roll the shoulders, lift the hands, baby cobra, no arms. And then exhale, back into plank. And then from here, bend your knees, and then using your hands, push yourself back, your hips back towards your feet. And then from here, lift and come into downward dog. Breathe. And then from here, lift your left leg into the sky. And then exhale, come through and drop the back foot at an angle. And then inhale into warrior one. So my front leg, my thighs are rolling open so I can see my big toes. Glutes are really engaged, helping me turn my torso over my front leg, and then the arms come up. Breathe in. And now we're gonna get ready to open into warrior two. So opening the back foot more. Arms out. Torso to the long edge of the mat. And then you look over your front fingers. And breathing in, squeezing the legs together. And exhale, pressing them away. Just helping activate the legs. And then hand on the back leg. Inhale up and over, reverse your warrior. And inhale, come up, straighten the front leg. You might need to shorten your stance some. And then we're gonna reach out, over that front leg. Can you bring your hand? And then to your, whatever this is, your shin, the floor, or a block. And so we're right here. And then just take your right hand and roll your heart open. And you lift that arm to the sky. Breathe. And then inhale, come back into warrior two. Cartwheel those arms around the front foot. Raise the back heel, so we're in this lunge. And prepare to shift. Feet towards the long edge of the mat. Inhale, lift. Collarbones bright, chin lifts. And then exhale, fold. And then blocks here too. Totally cool. Breathe. And we're gonna get ready to shift to the back of our mat, putting us back in warrior one with the right foot facing the back of our mat. Inhale, thighs rolling open. I can see my big toe. One more breath in. And then exhale, open. And shift that back foot open more at the same time. And the torso to the long edge of the mat now. Arms open for warrior two. Looking longingly out over your middle finger. Squeezing the legs together on the inhale and the exhale, pushing them away. And then hand on the back leg, reverse your warrior. Stay in your lunge. And then come up, straighten the front leg. Maybe adjust your stance here a little bit. And then we're gonna reach out, out, out over our front leg. Drop the hand, either shin or floor or on a block here. Press down. Bring your left hand to your heart and roll your heart open, and then raise your hand to the sky. Think about your top hand pressing, think about it pressing into a wall to help keep the shoulder rolling open. And then lower, come back into warrior two. Cartwheel the arms over your front leg. And back into plank. And from here, we are gonna do a little side plank. So you can have a foot out in front as a little kickstand, or just have this bottom down and then reach up and over. Okay, beautiful. Let's switch to the other side. So just roll or come into it, however you need to come into it. And then we have the top leg either can be in front, or you could just lower. Or wherever you are, think about pulling in up through this side, really engaging. And then come out into plank. Lower all the way down. Breathe in, out. Okay, let's prepare for a locust here. So bind your hands behind your back or palms open or face up by your sides here. And then inhale, lift your head, shoulders roll back, toes lift, reach. And breathe. And then release. Lower your forehead. Just take a deep breath in. Feel the belly expand into the floor as you do. And then release. And just a few more rounds. Beautiful. Hands under shoulders. Inhale, lift up on all fours into plank. Step your right foot through. And always right here, you can always use blocks, make these step throughs a whole lot more accessible. And then we are gonna shift to the center of our mat here. Hands to hips, and inhale to standing, and then tuck those heels in, and then squat down once more for goddess pose here. Find your alignment, drawing those feet together, causing this little lift, and then exhale, pushing away, giving a little more energy to the pose or activation so it doesn't feel so terrible. And then we're just gonna come up and come down. So inhale, squeeze up, and exhale, lower down. Squeeze up, and exhale, lower down. Last round, squeeze up, and then turn now to the front of your mat. Come on over into plank. Lower all the way down with control. Inhale, roll the shoulders, either baby cobra or upward dog. And exhale, pressing back into downward dog. Really lift those hips high. And then drop the head. And then keeping all of that, then you can work towards heels towards the mat. Inhale, left leg high to the sky. And then we're gonna bring it through. And then inhale, keeping the back heel lifted. Come up into high lunge. And if this is too much, you can always have your hands on blocks. And then from here, you're gonna bend this back knee some and then straighten. And then inhale, raise your arms. Breathing. And then inhale. Come up in a little bit with that back foot, just step it in. Gotta square our hips, front edge of the mat. Can even have our hands on our hips. Maybe a little bends in the knees or a pyramid. And then inhale, start to come forward. And then on a block, on the floor, really focus on having a flat, level surface, squaring the hips, and breathing. And then come back up. And we're going to prepare, keeping our legs about where they are, for reverse triangle now. So right hand, left foot in front. And I'm just going to come forward, coming forward as much as I can. And then I'll either on the outside, on the foot, or on this side. And then bring your hand to your hips. See what they're doing. Are they still squared? They still should be squared. And if not, just go ahead and put them back there. And then hand to heart. And that's what we're rolling open. Just the upper torso. And then opening up, maybe opening up. If not, just work the hand to the heart or the balance. It's a lot. And then come on out, pivot, feet to the middle of your mat, toes pointing to the long edge of your mat. And then come forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift, look forward. And then exhale, fold once more. Take a few breaths here. Maybe on each inhale, a rise in the back of the heart. And on exhale, we're waving a little deeper. And then hands to hips. Come on up. And now to the back of our mat. And we need to do our lunge first. So lift that back heel. come down, inhale, raise the arms up, and now wherever we're at here, we're gonna lower that knee, keeping this, then extending it back and out through the heel, press out, and breathe. And then come up. Maybe shorten your stance if you need to. So about 3 feet. And then look out over here, squaring over my front foot. And then I'm gonna come. You always have a little bends in the knees. And then start to come forward. And here's a good place for blocks too. And come forward, engaging this glute to help pull it back. Look forward, and then exhale, fold. And breathe. And then inhale, coming up, we're gonna prepare for our reverse triangle. So right foot in front, it's gonna be our left hand coming forward, hinging at the hips, reaching. Okay, I'm maxed out here, dropping my hand either to the inside, the ankle, the outside, a block. And then hand back here to your hips. Are they still square? Are they still level? And then bring your hand to your heart and just roll your heart open. Maybe just stay here, or maybe raise that right hand to the sky. And then release. Pick that back heel up. And then we're gonna turn back towards center here. Hand under your face, back to the hip. And the same thing here that we just been kind of doing with the reverse triangle. You wanna keep your hips level. And then from here, then just roll your heart open. And then maybe raise your hand to the sky. Or be on a block. And then lower and reverse, other hand on your face, back to your hips. Keep them square. Roll the heart open, lift. And then, beautiful, come down, hands to hips, bend the knees, and then come up. Turn the feet back to the front of the mat. Come down over that foot into plank. Now, breathe here. Maybe rock side to side. A little poof in the heart, really pressing down through the hands. Raise one leg up. Breathe. And lower it. The other one. Lower. And then lower the knees. Come all the way down. All right. So from here, let's go ahead and bring our shoulders, bring our elbows under our shoulders. Hands press down, lift up, Sphinx. Just take a few moments to relax here. Maybe draw figure eights with your nose. If it feels nice, otherwise just breathe. We are entering into the relaxation portion of our journey. From here, so this is we're gonna come out, smushing the microphone here. So my shoulder, this is like about, I'm laying flat and my arms are, they're coming right out from, so it's level or even or in line. And then from here, I'm gonna start to roll, pressing down with my hand, roll open, and you will feel right here all kinds of sensation in your shoulder, and just do as much as it feels nice, or just continue to roll open, and then maybe reach for that hand and breathe. And then come out, come back to center. And we're going to do the other side. So right here, not aligned very well. There we go. And I've just always had very open shoulders, but this should be very intense. And if this is where, just leaning into it a little bit, like, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to, just going for the right amount of sensation. And then come on out of that. And then from here, we're going to lift up some to spread our knees as wide as the mat, toes touch, and push back into child's pose. You can rest your forehead on the floor and just breathe and relax here for a few breaths. And then we go ahead and come on up onto your knees. Grab a strap for the shoulder opener if you need it. I'm just so you can see what's happening here, hopefully. But let's come up. Let's tuck our toes under so we get a nice foot stretch here. And raise your arms up overhead. Press the palms together, and then take your right elbow, drop that right hand, but draw this right elbow over more first. And then maybe if you're using a strap, you have a hold of the strap. And then your other arm comes around, grab, and either just work your hands to a degree that feels nice to you. Wherever you are, tuck the ribs in, jutting out like that, right? Head pressing into the back of your arms. Breathing. And then release. Inhale the arms up overhead once more. Press the palms together. And then we're going to do the other side. So left. And drawing the elbow over more, force towards the back of my head. And then dropping the hand, my left hand, and then I reach around. This one I almost need the strap. Oh, there they are. Okay. Tugging the ribs in. Breathing. And you'll probably notice one side is different than the other. It's totally normal. Totally okay. That's part of why we practice. Come back into balance. All right, inhale, let go, and raise your arms up overhead and press the palms together. Help clear your shoulders. Beautiful. And then from here, we are just gonna go ahead and sit off to one side. Reach out and up and over for a little side stretch. Breathing in and out. And come back up through center, off the other way. Reach, 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 and then up and over. I always find I'm like lifting my shoulder to my ear. Are you doing that? Roll it back down. And then inhale, come up. Well, now we're going to draw our legs out in front of us. Feet flexed. Sit evenly on your sit bones. Tall, hands down, shoulders rolling down. Breathe in and out. And then maybe lift, lower. Now from here, you come forward. You put a little bend in the knees here. Bend the knees as much as it takes to have your torso touching, and then only straighten your legs as much as you can maintain that connection. You can't come forward anymore. Then you can go ahead and round and breathe in and out. And come back up. And we're going to do a little logs of fire here. So this is my right leg, and I'm not bringing it totally in. It's going to be out a little bit so that when I bring my left foot over my right knee, feet very flexed. And so I'm already feeling tightness right here from being our kind of really our first, this part of the hip opener of the day. Let me get the name. So if you need to, this is intense for almost everybody. Put the block here. Press into your hands and your feet in your hands. With the chin. Come forward only if it feels doable. Maybe after a few rounds of breath, you find that you can relax down a little bit more. Or not, it might take some time. It's okay. And breathe. This pose is challenging, sensational, right? And the next pose we're going to do is pigeon, and it's going to be opening a similar area, but I have found that kind of, I'm going to call it suffering, right? We're all having our own experience, getting through this first, and then going into pigeon helps pigeon feel more easeful, more comfortable. We're going to switch sides now. So come on out. It's my left leg now, whatever it was, switch sides, and then bring that right ankle on top of that left knee. So when I look down here, I see a triangle. Flex those feet strongly, maybe push into them, hands into feet, feet into hands. I'm feeling more open on this side, but maybe you'll feel more secure having a block there. Always looking for the right amount of sensation, right? Not too much, not too little, where you want to ride an edge that's doable and doesn't freak your body out. Otherwise, you're just gonna be tight all the time, right? Like, no, I don't want to. All right. So from here, go ahead and lean back to come out. And we're coming into pigeon, right foot forward. So either come onto all fours and just draw that right knee behind your right wrist. And then just start to shift. You may want a blanket under that back knee. But squeeze the legs together, lift up. Maybe scoot that back foot more. And we're looking for our hips to be squared to the short edge of our mat here. I want to be falling off to the side. So it's kind of hard to get that to, takes a little bit of engagement. And then we have that. And go ahead and fold forward. And hopefully, if this is a pose you've experienced before, I hope that was coming into logs first helps this feel a little bit more easeful. Breathing. If you'd like to add a thigh stretch here, you can bend that back foot in, reach around, pull it into your booty. Totally optional. And then release that back leg if you grabbed it. And inhale, back up to lift. And maybe just come back onto all fours and switch sides. So draw my left knee towards my left wrist. And then shifting, lowering down. Maybe a blanket for your knee if your knee bothers you, as well as, I'm sorry, I didn't offer this on the other side, spaced it. Sit up on a block. Having this here is a great place to begin to start to lower down. But squeeze the legs, you can lift up some, squaring forward, and then if you like to come forward, go ahead and breathe. Now, if you'd like to add the thigh stretch, kick that back foot into your bum, reach around, and breathe into that new sensation. Release the back foot if you grabbed it. And inhale, come back up, stretch, reach up. And then come off to the side. And from here, draw that leg around. We can do a little wide angle, forward fold. You may want to block here. So stretch those legs out. And then press down through the heels. And have them down, but also drawing in. And this will help activate my hamstrings. And you can flex or floint. So the point, floint, flex. So whatever you choose, just have active feet. Inhale, lift, and then maybe start to come forward, or just have your hands behind lifting up, or maybe here's enough. Work where you're at and breathe, or your own edges. Maybe drop in on the inside of your right thigh and take your left arm and do a little wave and open up, a little side stretch. You look up or down and breathing. And then we're going to come through center, not coming all the way up and out, off to the other side, forearm in the inside, or you can always be lifted up, whatever you need. And then, I don't know, what is this move? A little swoosh around. And breathe. Really nice opening on the side body here. Taking some of the focus out of the hamstrings. And then come back to center and see, maybe you gained a little bit. Maybe not, it's okay. And then inhale. Come all the way up. And we're gonna lean back, hands under the knees to slowly come out, gently, gently. And then from here, do a little cobbler's pose. So press the feet together. Lift your hands behind, lift up through the heart, pressing those feet. Maybe come forward with your pelvis towards your feet a little bit more. And then from here, open your feet like a book. Lift the collarbones, chin. And then maybe exhale as you round, fold over. If you want to wave here, go for it. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale into the back of the heart, lifting up. Chin lifts. Look forward. Come forward. Round forward. And then come back up. We're going to bring our feet out in front of us more. Maybe 2 fists worth. Not really, knife edge of the feet really pressing into the earth. And at that same kicking, drawing, they're pulling back in towards my center. And then go ahead and fold toward from here. Just a little different dimension. And then come back up, knees together, and we are going to go ahead and roll onto our backs. Go ahead and grab your strap though on your way down. So go ahead and lasso the ball of your right foot. Pull down, drawing this hip down into the earth. Maybe reach that left leg, shooting it out, splitting the legs, breathing. Maybe cactus your other arm. And then go off to the right. Keep pushing out through the ball of that left foot if you have it extended. And then back to center. Reverse your grip. Other arm in cactus, right arm in cactus. And then off to the left. Looking to the right. And breathing. And then back to center. Undo it, let it fall to meet the other one. And then lasso your left ball of your left foot now. Pressing out through both legs. You can always keep this knee bent too. Pulling the hip down. Breathing. And then off to the left. Can cactus your right arm to help counterbalance. And then back to center. Switch arms or grips on, and then have your foot go off to the right. And cactus your left arm and look over to the left. This is our IT band. Should be pretty intense, and if not, you might be too low, so kick it up there. And then inhale back to center and release, letting it meet the other. Deep breath in, down. Go ahead and draw the knees in, maybe roll around, and then grab for the outside edges of your feet for happy baby. Breathe. And then from here, hug yourself into a little ball. Squeeze all your muscles tight, tight, tight. Hold your breath. You can't hold it anymore. Go ahead and release. Relax down into savasana. Feet roll open. Palms to the sky. Always modify this pose to find complete comfort though. So if that means you need to have your knees knocked in, cushion under them, or even just sitting, that's fine. Stay laying down. I'm going to sit up. guide you through a little relaxation, and then you are free to enjoy the rest of your shavasana. So laying there, take notice of all the places your body is touching the earth. Hear the sounds around you. And begin to feel yourself just be a little bit heavier, very calm, relaxed after quite an intense practice. Think of your feet now. Scrunch them up tight, tensing all the muscles, and release. Moving up the legs, calves, tense, then release. Thighs, buttocks, tense, and release. Abdomen, tense, and release. Chest, tense, and release. Shoulders and upper arms, lower arms and hands, tense them all very tight, and release. Now the face, scrunch your face, and release. Relax deeper, let go, and then just enjoy this rejuvenating time. I'll be here to guide you out in a few moments. Begin to bring small movement back into your body, maybe wiggling your fingers and your toes. And roll to one side or the other. And then use your hands to push yourself back to a seated position. Thank you so much, friends. I had a great time practicing with you. I hope you feel less stressful. All right. Namaste. Until next time.